Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Documenting the Life of a Filmmaker. On today's episode, I have a very special guest. He is probably one of the most influential people, I would say, to me, with photography and stuff. With things he's posting on Instagram, it is very incredible, and I think y'all will find some insane value from this man. So, without further ado, let's get into this episode. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Documenting the Life of a Filmmaker. I'm here with my boy Noah Bowman. Say what's up.
What is going on?
So me and Noah, we go, I think it's about a year back, correct?
1 year back, that's right.
I think what ended up happening was during that time, I was trying to work on my, building up my Instagram page, and I was just, searching under hashtags, that old method of going to hashtags, commenting on people and say like, oh, nice work, and then trying to like just build engagement from that. Yeah, that doesn't really work anymore. But yeah, I ended up finding his profile, and he posted a video, and I was just like super impressed by it. Like the composition was right, the sound design was well put, and I was just like really fond of it. And I continued to check out some of his work, and just the way he lays out his page, it amazed me. And to this day, I still find inspiration through his work. And then from there, we've stayed connected through Instagram on and off. And actually in January, we got to meet up for this first time in person because I needed some portraits. Speaking of which, I still haven't posted all of those, which you think it's too late to do that, or
you can post anytime.
All right. We'll be putting some work on the IG later. Also, if you're not following me on IG, what's wrong with you? Nick Alba 1. Go follow that. But yeah, welcome to the show, Noah. Just tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. What got you interested into photography. A little bit about your past life.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me. Yeah, man. So it wasn't until my sophomore year, which was a year ago in college. That's when I really started to get serious about photography and videography. I feel like I've always had a love just for nature and exploring places. Freshman year, I was trying to become a walk-on for track, and how it kind of ended up happening, me getting myself a camera and everything, I ended up injuring my groin, so that kind of put me out for track. So I was like, what do I want to do? And I found photography and videography as something that's very fulfilling. And at first, I was just doing portraits for people, nothing too serious. And I would say it wasn't until about maybe 6 months in, that's when I started to get really serious about it. Decided to purchase a Sony a6400, which was an upgrade from the first camera I had, which was a Canon Rebel T6. And then I decided to get a drone. And from there, from there, basically, just fell in love with the whole art of it and just creating, making films. To this day, I love it so much. It's really what gets me up out of bed every day.
That's dope to hear, bro. That really is. Honestly, like sometimes I wish I had your passion, because for me, for me it's like I'm going through a stage of my life where I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, and
right.
Nick,
I'm gonna let you finish. You said you just graduated, right?
I'm still in high school right now. I'm still a senior in high school.
Oh my, bro, you have so much time. I'm telling you, bro. Keep going though. Keep going.
But what I was like, okay, so I have a lot of various interests that I want to be pursuing, and lately it's been more of the sales side of me, and just learning sales and the art of that. But then another part of me still wants to stay on the creative side and keep producing videos.
Right. Did you Let me ask you this real quick. Have you ever thought about um, selling through your creative work? So like maybe using photography and videography as a way of network marketing?
Well, not in a network marketing sense, but in a way of like, as of right now, I'm working with a client up in Denver, and you know we're shooting videos, marketing content, stuff like that. And so I think that's more of the genuine, you know, videography, photography area for me. I mean, I know for you, yours is like more nature, and you know, some of the stuff you do is like very, very cool. For me, it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like I find my natural skill to be better at more of the business and that type of work rather than, you know, landscapes and portraits and stuff like that.
No, that's interesting, bro. My thing, what I've really been focusing on lately, bro, and taking what I do to like trying to take it to another level, is just using the higher faculties of the mind, bro. So like, I look at you see like people like Sam Coulter, right?
For sure.
The best of the best in the game. Well, I looked at it like, well, what are they doing? What's their mind state, you know? And sometimes we think we can never do that, right? Or that's the editing they're doing is just crazy. But what I come to learn is we're just as creative as everyone else, right?
For sure.
So you have to put your. I feel like you can do anything that you want. You just have to put your mind to it. You have to know though, and when you know where you want to go, it's no limits. Yeah, that's why I tell you, it's no limit to your creativity.
That's fire, bro. That's you know, I definitely agree with what you just said. You know, even sometimes I find myself in the trap of, oh, you know, I can't create anything. You know, I'm not as good as other people. And that's like kind of another thing I want to talk about. Like, you know, just comparison to other people. Like, what is, you know, your view on like, I know for sure probably throughout your career you had times where you compared yourself to others, and you know you're like, oh, my work is not as good as that. What were some steps you took to really kind of get out of that habit?
I think early on, what I always told myself was not to compare myself to others. I told myself, I'm going to get inspiration from others, from the best who do this, but I'm not going to necessarily compare myself to their work, because at that point you feel like you're less than yourself. However, in this stage now, when I came to learn more and more, I actually feel like comparing yourself is actually very beneficial, because look, when you think about landing paid partnerships with companies like DJI Global, Polar Pro, Sony, Alpha, all these big companies, they want the best of the best, right?
Yeah, sure.
So you have to look at yourself and say, okay, is what I'm doing on their level yet? Because if it's not, why would they even want to hire me? Or why would they want to work with me? They want to work with the top tier guys. So I had to take a step back and really look at what I'm doing, and I had to check myself. And I had to say, look, my work is not up to par as these guys. So I have to learn so much more. I have to get more creative in sound design. I have to get more in depth with color grading. I have to get more depth with my edits and my photos. And I feel like that's really helped me along. And there's no point where you perfected anything. Okay, that's something I really learned. Like, there's always another level to be pushing. And when you have that creative state, you're constantly reaching higher, constantly doing better. And I feel like that's what takes people just to limits that they didn't even know that they could push.
Man, there's one reason why I love talking to you. Nah, dude, you're seriously an inspiration to me, and you know, I know you're talking to me, and like just the like going back with creativity and stuff. And I remember one thing that I saw that like no other person ever did before was doing some underwater videography. I know that you were able to get you were able to get a cage and stuff like that. You know, like you know, tell me about you. Let's see. How
It's
can
funny
we...
that you bring that up too. I'm gonna let you finish. I know you wanted to touch a little bit on the underwater stuff, but keep going with your return.
Oh no, you go on. Go on. I'm trying to kind of figure out how to ask
Right,
questions
so,
that are connected, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. So yeah, bro, for sure the underwater videos is definitely something I wanted to push. I actually got really inspired by that, by this one guy on Instagram. His name's Nolan. He's an ocean-based videographer and photographer. During quarantine right now that this COVID-19 is going on, I can't push the underwater content that I want to right now that I had planned. But once the beaches reopen, I definitely am going to be getting out there and shooting some really neat stuff that I have in mind. I might actually be able to do it sooner, just because I know some of the beaches that are still open. But the stuff that I'm going to start doing is like, if you ever seen like silhouette videos of like someone actually in the water, and then if you see like how the waves are kind of just real flowing, like close to the camera underwater, then it's like near the surface too. So that type of thing. But because I know you've seen the videos in the past where I was like, it was just the waves themselves at the sunset. Mm-hmm. Right, but this time I'm gonna be pushing more stuff where it's, you know, more stuff involved with people, especially like even maybe some surfers, that type of thing. So I definitely have a lot of underwater content to come, and I'm really excited.
Awesome, dude. Now, I going back to whatchamacallit, kind of with what's going on right now with the world, with you know that people being stuck at home. Are you currently out shooting new content, or are you trying to really push some of your unreleased work and editing old photos in a new way?
It's a mix of both, bro. So to me, this COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise for me. Listen, I believe there's such good things that come out of bad situations, and this thing is definitely one of them for me, because it's really put me in a creative state where, okay, I can't travel to a lot of places right now, right? So I have to take a step back, go through my old hard drive, and see what I can edit. What can I put together? You know what I'm saying? So even around my house, what can I shoot around here that's able to allow my creativity to open up? You know, what can I be doing to separate myself? So I feel like when you focus so much on the locations that aren't, we could say, the most extravagant, your creativity just unlocks a whole new level. And I feel like that's what's happening with me, is yet I'm kind of forced to stay home right now. But now I'm putting so much energy and effort into all these new edits. I'm constantly learning. There is a couple of beaches that are still open near me, but I'm not there 24/7. I'm still shooting content. Sunsets are one of my favorite things to shoot, so I'm always shooting sunsets. But like if we're talking pushing like major travel, no, not currently right now. I'm not shooting a ton.
Gotcha. And then like I know, and then as you said, whatchamacallit, this being a blessing in disguise, I 100% agree with you. Honestly, I'm gonna be a little bit vulnerable, a little bit. Going through, January, February, I was actually at a point of, possibly, sometimes I don't even know what would have happened, during this time, because during January and February, I decided to kind of be stupid, take on the role of 3 jobs. I was doing video marketing stuff for the company up in Denver, and then I was being a busser at a restaurant, and then every once in a while, we have this local movie theater that it's pretty much contract work there. Like every other Sunday, I would work a night there. And at the same time, I was doing high school classes, and then I also decided to start digital marketing classes at the same time. So I had all these 5 things going on. And, you know, it was stressful. You know, I told myself, you know, I can handle it. You know, it's not, I can get through it. And at the end of the day, if all this stuff didn't occur, I most likely could have pushed through it. But at the end of the day, I also look at it as, you know, what happens if I wasn't able to get through it and, you know, I did something really stupid to myself because I'm just, you know, so stressed out about everything.
Exactly.
And so, you know, just, even though I don't like necessarily break, because, you know, I'm a very hardworking individual. Like, I like being in the trenches. I love, you know, just working and just going. And, but I think the time off from, you know, school and work has allowed me the freedom to really just like process new information, and as well as just start establishing new neural pathways. Like, I've been studying a lot. I actually decided to buy a film course because I want to learn the in and outs of my camera, as well as, you know, what I can do to be a better creative, and, you know,
no doubt.
just learning everything to marketing and to sales and stuff. So
right.
So another thing I wanted to pursue. I know you mentioned, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, that you're going to be starting a YouTube channel. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm currently on YouTube.
Oh, you already have a channel already?
Yeah, I have my first YouTube upload.
Bet. All right, viewers, make sure to check them out. I want to see 20 subscribers, even though I have 80, and they're probably inactive because I haven't uploaded in 8 months. So, let me see. I got a notebook here with a few questions. So, here's a good question. I know you and me kind of talked about this back in January. So I know that you said you made your main source of income, like, kind of over the summer, babysitting and stuff. Was that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to pursue, like, photography and videography as a career path, like working with DJI,
of course.
People like that?
Right. So, yeah, a big part of it is what I got planned is network marketing. And in combination with that is, as you know, there's a lot of money involved in photography, videography. So, like, weddings, portraits, maternity shoots, newborns, all that type of stuff is very, very good, like, as the main source. And then setting up multiple sources to where you can make money residually, right, while you sleep. Those other sources where you have your own courses, you have your own channel, this type of thing, you know?
For sure. Let's see.
What up, good one?
Trying to think of some questions. Here, how would we change the interviewee, make you the interviewee for the second? Let's see. Let's get some diversification.
Interview for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
I bet. Let me see. I'm thinking something real quick. What is it that you truly love? Truly love to do?
For me,
you know, like
I think.
Go ahead.
No, if you got to continue the question, go for it.
I was just saying, because, like, I know you said you're into the business aspect, photography, videography, and then I can't remember if there's anything else that you said. As a career, what do you see yourself really loving? What you do? What do you see yourself doing?
Well, right now at this moment, you know, I want to keep, you know, videography and photography as more of a hobby.
More of a hobby?
More of a hobby. Well, because, you know, it's something I need to pursue, and, well, this is why it gets kind of confusing, because I have a lot of pathways that I'm looking at right now, and I really need to knock out which ones I want to pursue first. So, of course, you got, you know, just traditional photography and videography services for businesses. And, you know, doing stuff like that, doing like 1K, 2K deals per month. I think that's something that interests me a ton. And then another part of me has also, over the past like 3 months, I've gotten pretty interested into like cars and stuff. And you know, I've been wanting to buy a new one, but I know that's not going to be the most financially responsible decision I make, especially the fact that I don't really make a lot of money anyway. And so I kind of want to get into the car photography and videography world. And so I started working on that at the beginning of March around, and then all this shutdown started happening, and that kind of went to a halt because I got one client, and then I was supposed to meet up with another client, but then our whole state went on a stay-at-home order. And so, I could probably still shoot with the guy because he doesn't live too far. He's probably about a 20-minute drive. But that was another thing I was, thinking about pursuing. But, looking at excuse me. But looking at that, it just doesn't speak to me as it once did. And I don't know if that's just because I've been like in the house for a long time and, just not doing the work. You kind of just lose interest in something. So maybe it's something I need to just pick up again and start working at, and maybe the ambition and stuff will come back. But right now, I think my biggest career, I would say, is I kind of honestly want to get into the sales game. And
sales game, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I actually applied for a job in Chicago to do health insurance, but they weren't. I would have got the job if it wasn't for my age, because they told me I had to be 18 in order to get a license, and I was like, gosh darn it.
You still younger.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate about being my age is like I'm so I don't want to necessarily say so advanced, but I've taken I didn't take the traditional high school kid route. I took more time to myself to learn more about what I was actually interested in, the business side of stuff. Not saying what other high school kids do is bad. I think people should enjoy high school as much as possible, and I think that's one thing that I learned, this year as a senior. I went in my senior year just, noticing that, high school is only limited, and, thinking about it right now too, is like I'm actually I'm a little bit sad with what's going on right now and just how my last 2 months of high school just turned out, because I don't even know what's happening with graduation yet and stuff like that. Right. But yeah, that's kind of really it about that.
Right. What was I gonna say? Are you doing any reading right now?
Reading, yes. Doing a lot of reading actually. So right now I'm reading a book. Let's see. I'm reading one called, I think, The Way of the Superior Man, and I know that might sound might be cringy, but whatchamacallit, throughout my whole life I've been like a shy guy. Was never very extroverted. Didn't really like talking to people. And in the last year, I've seen myself change into more of a extroverted person, and I want to be.
That's awesome.
I want to be just better than I can as a man individually. Right. And then I got another one called Letting Go. That was recommended by a digital marketer, entrepreneur. And then there's another one, I forgot the title, but yeah, that was recommended by another entrepreneur as well.
That is awesome, bro.
My guy.
Keep reading.
What about yourself? You got any books you're reading right now?
Oh yeah, I'm reading. I just finished Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
And then I'm reading You Were Born Rich right now. Now let me tell you something. Think and Grow Rich is not just based on wealth. It's about based on like abundance and everything, and how everything is already here for us if we just have to use our mind, right? And I'm telling you right now, Think and Grow Rich has helped me so much in the videography, photography realm. It's helped me to create enormously. It's a very good quote in there that said, "Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it." And that right there really resonated deeply with me, because I was like, dang, like that right there is literally a key to a lot of things. Because you take Instagram for example. You see so many people want to talk on their stories, right? About, oh, I want to do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But then I was a victim of that because I was doing that all the time. I was telling people like putting on my story like I have to be better. I'm gonna do this. Like tomorrow I'm going to go shoot this and that. And then when I really started to feel that quote, I was like, I don't really need to say anything. Like it was a more thing of it's just more do, right? And it's like I just need to create more. I need to get better without telling the world a thing, but just letting it show through my work, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes 100%. Right.
So I mean that's something that I've really been focusing on is tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. I had another little thing when we talk about thoughts. Think and Grow Rich talks a lot about thoughts and how thoughts become things. So I've been doing a lot of stuff with my imagination, especially with like taking my creativity to a different level. I've been picturing what I want my level of photography and videography to look like, and I get inspiration from a lot of other creators, and then I see myself going out to these amazing locations, shooting, editing, perfect edit, it's just using my imagination in a totally different way.
That's interesting because like I have Think and Grow Rich in my my bookshelf in my closet right now, but like I never thought you would actually be able to like connect that with videography and photography. Like I understand that's like dealt with like thoughts and like money and stuff, but like I would never see the perspective of photography and videography, which that's dope what you just told me. That's honestly like that makes me want to just like end the call right now and go read the book right now.
Right, bro. No, it's definitely a great book, and I feel like we talk about like success and everything. Like people have like told me a lot, like what do you plan to do with like photography? My sister was actually this is actually kind of funny. My sister told me like a week ago. She was like, I don't want to see you fail, and put like because I felt like I didn't agree with like the whole school thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then what she told me was, I'm just trying to look out for you, this and that. I want you to have a career, a real career. I was like, listen, the thing is, the thing why a lot of like 90-something% of people don't get it is because they have no type of decision. Failure is due to indecision, right? Indecision, not knowing what you want to do. When you need to have a definite purpose in life, so a love for what you do, backed by a definite plan of action.
Freaking facts, dude. So wait, so going back to, so I know you go to Grand Canyon and stuff. So you said you were looking at, it was something in sports, right?
Right.
So are you not looking to pursue that as a career? You would rather to do photography and videography?
Oh yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Here's the deal, though. I found what I truly love. Believe it or not, by going to school and everything, I met people who other creators, and they really helped. Like this is what I really love to do, and I just asked myself. I was like, I look at how fast life really moves, and I just told myself, why would I limit myself to living a mediocre life, to not using the creative imagination that I have that I've been blessed with, when I know I can be who I really want to be,
For sure.
Right.
Dang, dude. All right. Well, I don't want this episode to get too long, so I got one more question for you.
Bet.
Tell me about your dogs.
Tell me about my dogs?
Yes, sir.
So I got two huskies, girl and a boy. Girl is Diamond, the boy is Kodiak. Diamond is all white, Kodiak is black and white. And basically, man, I spend probably a third of my day with them every day. We take a good deal of walks. We like to watch the sunset together. I'm supposed to take them. I'm probably gonna take them out tonight, honestly, to watch the sunset. Might do a little bit of filming with them. I'm always using them for like photos and videos that I like to do. So they're amazing, man.
That's dope. And then they stay in California, correct?
They stay right here in California.
My guy. Well,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming on today's episode, man. Really do. It means a lot to me.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, no problem. So, to my viewers out there, make sure to go check him out on his YouTube channel. I'll have a link in the bio, as well as go follow him on Instagram and give him some likes, man. This guy deserves it a lot. Like, puts a lot of effort into his videos and his photos, and it's just incredible. So, hope y'all enjoyed the episode, and I will see you guys in the next.